I don't know what it is about Madison City Schools, but I really do hope each one of you appreciate how outstanding the school system is. You know, I have the ability to go all over the state, and that's essentially what I'm doing this week. We spent over $1 billion for new construction, and I want to see it. And I want to tell the people, this is where your money went. Without that, I'm not too sure you could have built this. But when you look at this, it really is as innovative as just about any school that I've seen. Now, we've looked at a lot of schools. I was in a beautiful school yesterday in Birmingham. And I get in trouble every time I say this, but this is probably the most impressive school that I have visited in a long, long time. And you guys should be very, very proud of it. You're doing things here that someone said a moment ago. When you're creating that next classroom, you're doing things that a lot of school systems haven't, and I hope they will. I hope they'll follow your lead. Something as simple as what you're doing by putting sound systems in each one of your classrooms. I'd never really thought of it before. I assumed that if you were in a classroom that was 20 by 20, then everyone could hear. But they reminded me of something a moment ago. You can have allergies. There's so many things that may keep that child from being able to adequately keep up with what's going on in the classroom. You're taking care of it. Your system up here really does push beyond what we normally expect for a classroom. You know, when I went into a classroom a moment ago, I thought back. When I was in school, we basically would take a square room and we'd put 18 to 22 kids in it. We'd give them a textbook and ask them to learn. What you have up here today is a learning laboratory. When you look at the capacity that Smartboard has, where we were building distance learning labs in every one of our schools and we had a distance learning component in there, what you're doing up here is you're turning every classroom into a distance learning lab, where you not only can take other curriculums from around the state, you now have the capacity to do it within this system up here. You have a great system. Melanie, this is about as good as it's going to get.
You're exactly right.
The only thing that I would like to add, I would love to come back when the kids are here. And I want to bring my wife back. Now, this guy is the favorite principal that Patsy has ever seen because they have a cooking school over there. But if she could come up here, I really do want her to see it. And I hope that this community will open the doors. I hope that you will have an open house. I hope that you invite everyone to come, because this is the difference between what a little additional money will do for a system. Now, I'm not saying that facilities are going to make the difference. Ultimately, it is up to the teacher. But when we give the teacher this kind of advantage over what you might have in some of the other parts of the state, you're going to be able to give that child more opportunities than they otherwise would have ever had. And that's what it's all about. The difference between being good enough and being the best. And that's what has always impressed me about Madison City Schools. You guys really do excel. You try to be the best. And without getting myself in too much trouble, I don't know of anyone that does it better. So, thank you. Thank you. We're on a tour. We're going around the state, and we're trying to find out, what works, what doesn't work. We're trying to compare cost of what this one costs to the others. We're trying to pick up ideas so that we can begin to incorporate these in all of the other school systems. $1 billion is a lot of money, but it could not have come at a better time. Because even during this recession, you have an opportunity now to do a lot of the construction at probably 15, 20, 25% less than you would have a year ago. So it is working. It's keeping people employed. This is the way we should spend stimulus money. We should put it into systems like this where you really do give the teachers every benefit in the world. I think you make better teachers out of the great ones we have today, because everyone is going to be influenced by this type of facility and the great teaching aids that you have. So with that, any questions?